This $20,000 setup here made me exactly $0. Every amateur thinks that better tools makes you more money. It's so wrong. So many of my clients come to me and they have the best equipment in town and they still can't keep their calendar full to save their life. That's because the perfect setup isn't hardware, it's a digital acquisition machine. So today I'm gonna show you the setup you need online so that way you can actually scale your mobile detailing business to $10, $20, $30, $50,000 plus a month. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Ryan. I'm the owner, founder, CEO of Rocket Detailer. We're a 7-figure marketing and coaching company for mobile car detailers. We've helped over 250 mobile car detailers scale past $10,000 a month, the most out of anyone out there. And I make these videos to shorten your learning curve on how long it takes you to actually achieve success in your car detailing business. So point number one is you want to have a really strong Google business profile. If you're a local business, your Google page is literally your resume as a business. Most people, when they need something, just search something on Google. Google is still king. Now, in the future, it might be ChatGPT or AI, but as of right now, Google by far is still king for local services. And the best part is most Google traffic is completely free. And if you're not optimizing for Google searches in 2026, you're leaving tens of thousands of dollars on the table with your business every single month. So here's what you need to know so you can rank higher on Google than your competitors. For your Google business profile, your ranking is based on two things: your number of reviews and how far you are from the person searching. The key thing is that Google operates based off neighborhoods and not city lines. For example, if I'm in Los Angeles, you're over here and another detailer's over here, Google treats these as two different neighborhoods, and it's almost like two different cities. They go off the address you put in when you sign up for your Google business profile. So let's say one person Googles car detailing near me and they're in your neighborhood. Google will then look at what are all the businesses that match car detailing in this area. It goes off profile name, some of the content you post on there. Google will give a higher ranking to businesses that have more 5-star reviews. Think about what Google wants. Google wants you to search something on Google, a service, a product, find it, you have a great experience using Google to find what you're looking for, and then you use Google again. Google doesn't want to show you businesses that are crap, because then you'd have a negative association or experience with Google. How Google determines who's good and who's bad is just based off the amount of reviews you have and your average rating. So the more reviews you have, the farther out you get shown into other neighborhoods. So if I'm in one neighborhood, but I have 1,000 5-star reviews, Google will recommend me to other people who search, even though they're farther away and outside of my neighborhood. So reviews make you rank higher and they make you get shown out to more people. So you want to maximize and capitalize on getting 5-star reviews. There's nothing more important you could do than this to getting a higher ranking on your Google business profile. Here's my favorite way to do that. Quote all your packages on the phone with a 5-star review and without a 5-star review. How you do this is like this. When the customer is about to book, you say, hey, the price is $200 if you leave a 5-star review at checkout, or it's $225 if you don't leave a 5-star review at checkout. Which one do you want to do? Everyone will take the first offer and you'll get a ton of 5-star reviews and you were charging $200 anyway. Other important things are to reply to all of your reviews and throw keywords in there. When someone writes you a 5-star review, and let's say they were in Los Angeles, is where you service their car, I'll reply with, hey Adam, thanks for the 5-star review. We always love detailing cars in Los Angeles. Give us a call next time you need a detail. When someone Googles car detailing in Los Angeles, now there's more matches with my business profile to that keyword. I'm more likely to show up. The keyword was car detailing in Los Angeles. Notice how I slipped it in a normal sentence and I didn't just write car detailing in Los Angeles. It flows naturally. Google's AI looks for that as well, so super important. Set your availability on your Google profile to 24/7 as well. And you can also add your services onto your Google business profile with the price. So make sure you do that as well. That helps out a ton. You can also geotag your pictures as well, which helps a lot. And make sure to post on your Google business profile with images and posts consistently. A strong Google presence helps you with all your advertising channels. If someone sees your ad on Facebook and Instagram, and then they Google you and they see you have hundreds of 5-star reviews with tons of active content on your Google business profile, they're way more likely to convert versus if you didn't have any of that at all and they're second guessing, are you a real business or not? Take your Google business profile seriously. If I was starting out and had no money, I would get 1,000 reviews on Google the first month by going door to door. Now, you're not going to close everybody, especially when you're going door to door. The people who I couldn't sell, I would just offer them, I said, hey, I'm a brand new business owner. Do you mind helping me out if I just wash your wheels for free? In exchange, you or whoever's home leaves me a 5-star review on Google. Is that okay? You can make it a free interior detail. If everybody in the house leaves a review, that would be worth it if it's like 5 people. And I would just do that. I'd spend all day doing that. I'd get 1,000 reviews on Google pretty quickly. People love to help out. And now I'm getting tons of free search traffic from Google because they see me as one of the #1 businesses for car detailing in my area because I have so many 5-star reviews. The second thing you need is a strong sales conversion system. A strong sales conversion system is defined by how many leads you close. It's everything that happens after someone knows about your business. After they call you, after they contact you, everything that happens after that initial click. What happens after that? Key few things are to dial this in is you want to make sure you have automatic SMS and emails going out whenever someone opts in or becomes a lead for your car detailing company. You want to keep that speed to lead time under 60 seconds. You're 3 times more likely to land a sale if you contact all your leads within 60 seconds. So you want to have emails and SMS that go out right away so that even if you're not available or your team isn't available, the customer's being contacted and you're starting that conversation, you're initiating it with them. You can use softwares for this like Go High Level, Jobber, Markate, and others. After your speed to lead time is dialed in, you have your sales script and process. A sales script is saying words in a certain order in a sales conversation to increase the chances someone buys. A good way to beef up your sales process, especially for higher ticket services, is to add product-led growth or visuals into it. A good way to do this is if someone's on the fence about getting a detail service from you, send them before and afters via text of cars you've done this week. That way they can actually see the difference, and the more times they see an amazing result visually, the more times they can imagine that being done on their car, the more likely they are to buy. So send people pictures. Now, what's worth even more than that is actually doing a portion of the service on their car for free. So if you're selling a paint correction or a ceramic coating, for example, go out and meet them in person if you're mobile, or have them come into the shop and take a small portion of their car and just do it for free. They'll be able to see the difference between their paint with and without the paint correction. It's going to blow their mind and they're going to be way more likely to buy. Even send them a PDF explaining what a paint correction does, the difference in how a car looks when it's paint corrected versus not paint corrected, all the information on how much money they'll save on paint work down the line, why it's a good idea, why you're a reputable company. Send them that information so they can actually see it. Send them a video via text of you talking to a client who just got their car paint corrected and ceramic coated and they're in shock because their car looks like brand new. Send them testimonials, social proof, send them things like that. These are all things you can incorporate in your sales process to increase the chances someone buys from you. For your sales script should have a few parts. First is intro and rapport building. Then is the discovery. Most people mess this part up, especially the ones that have no idea what they're doing when it comes to sales. If someone's coming to me for a paint correction, I want to understand why. Why are they looking to spend $500 or $1,000 or $1,500? What's the reason they should even spend this much money on their car? What's the reason? What experience have they had in the past with getting a paint correction? Maybe good, maybe bad experiences. What have they seen or read online that I need to touch on? What are they thinking in their head before I even speak to them that I need to rework? That's how good salespeople are thinking. Maybe their last car didn't get a paint correction and it looked like crap when they went to sold it and it was just a terrible experience for them. And they don't want to let that happen again. They want to actually take care of their car this time. I can leverage that specific thing in my sales pitch and go deeper on it in my sales process. I can give them information and show them people who had a similar issue they had with their previous car and how amazing the experience was after they got their car paint corrected and ceramic coated by us. If they're hesitating or delaying the decision to purchase the paint correction or ceramic coating, I can leverage that same thing. Well, isn't this the same thing you did last time? How would you feel if you delayed getting this done in your car and it just got pushed off into the never, ever, ever land? And this car ended up looking like that last car because it happens a lot quicker than you think. Paint damage can happen in just months. And now they're like, I don't want the same outcome to repeat itself that happened with my last vehicle. Let me just get it done now. Maybe this is the most expensive car they ever bought and they want to make sure they retain the value as much as possible. I can leverage that in the sales process. I can say, yeah, and I mean, how would you feel if you look back 3 years from now and you realized you spent $50,000 on this car and now the paint looks like crap because you couldn't get a simple $1,000 ceramic coating on it to protect it. And I'm making them visualize the negative scene of them 4 years from now and their car paint looks completely terrible and they're like, I spent all this money on this car. I wish I had just gotten it paint corrected and ceramic coated when I first got it. These are things I can play against, buttons I can push, but I have to know which ones to push. Otherwise, I'm just trying to sell everybody the same way. And the worst thing you can do with sales is try to bucket people in. because everybody has specific experiences that are causing them to want to purchase something. So the more personal I can get, the more likely I am to say the right things to land the sale. Then there's objection handling. Ideally, you want no objections because you handled everything early in the sale. Objections only come up when you didn't influence how a person thinks early in the sales process. If someone says, yeah, we were getting a few quotes, one was for 500, one was for 700. We thought those were expensive for a paint correction and ceramic coating, and you sell your ceramic coating for $2,000. It doesn't matter how good of a pitch you give, 99% chance if they think that's a lot of money for it, when you pitch them $2,000, what are they going to think? Oh, wow, man, that's even more money. You have to reshape them thinking $500 or $700 is a lot of money earlier in the sale. How I would do that is by giving examples of what it would cost to not get the service, how I would go over the quality, value we provide, and how going over that's going to cost them way more money down the line to deal with its problem later than just getting a simple one-step or two-step paint correction from me now. These are different things you can do. You have to handle that early and get buy-in that, it's actually investing $1,000 or $2,000 to make your car look good isn't a lot of money. It's a great investment before I make the pitch. Otherwise, they're just going to tell me it's too expensive. This is where most people get wrong. You have to handle stuff early in the sales process. Otherwise, it's going to blow up on you at the end. No matter what objection you get, you always want to agree. You never want to disagree with the customer. Don't do sales if you want to be right. You always want to agree. So I'm going to give you the process to handle an objection if you do get one. First, you want to isolate the objection. First, agree. Yeah, that totally makes sense. I understand why you'd want to talk to your wife, or I understand why you think it's a lot of money. It totally makes sense. Besides it being a lot of money, or besides you having to talk to your wife, or besides the timing being bad, is this actually something you want to get done? Is this actually something you want to, invest into? Is this actually something you want to get done on your vehicle, right? So I'm like, besides XYZ objection, is there anything else, or this is really something you want to move forward with? I'm isolating the objection. I'm agreeing. Yeah, I totally understand. Is there anything that I want to tie down? A tie down is where I'm tying them down to just this one thing. Is there anything else besides the price, or besides you having to talk to your wife, or besides XYZ stopping you from getting this done? Here are the few main objections you get and the specific handles I would use. If their objection is price, there's two ways you can handle this. Show them why them not getting it done is worth way more emotionally, physically, logically. Maybe it will cost more for them to get this done later down the line because the paint damage gets worse. Then getting paint work done on the car will be a lot more expensive than just getting a PPF right now. I would also offer financing. We're actually partnered with Klarna and Affirm. And if you get approved by financing for them, you can actually get it for $100 a month, the $1,200 package. They'll let you break it up. If you're not offering financing, you can get financing today by just going on Stripe.com on your computer and making an account. When you send the client the invoice or payment link on Stripe, there's an option to pay with Klarna or Afterpay. You can use that to break up any purchase. If someone says, I need to talk to someone else, or I need to talk to my wife, I would say, got it. Well, what do you think your wife would say to this? Whatever they tell you is what they're actually thinking. If they say, oh, my wife would think it's a lot of money, that means they're thinking it's a lot of money. If they say, oh, my wife would think it's a bad time, that means they're thinking it's a bad time. And that's the real objection. Because if they were 100% sold that this was the best thing they could do right now, a lot of the time they'll just make the decision without their spouse there. Handle that objection with there and see if you can get them to close without the spouse. If they keep looping back to, I want to talk to my wife, I want to talk to someone else, make sure before you jump off the meeting, schedule a follow-up time with all decision makers there. And the key thing is, with any of these objections, you want to loop a maximum back of 3 times. So agree, isolate, tie down, handle. Then if something else comes up, do the same process. Anything more than 3 times, you start to lose rapport. If someone says, I have to think about it, ask them what they're thinking about. You want to really find out what exactly they're thinking about and leverage their pain points or desires that you figured out in the discovery to try to create urgency to get them to buy. You can also use FOMO, which is fear of missing out. Fast action, limited time deals. This is only this week only, because if the deal is good enough, most people can overlook a lot of the objections they're giving you and just go for it anyway. People love to feel like they're getting a good deal. So if they say, I'll let you know next month, cool, you can definitely let me know next month, but why don't we do this? If you really want to get it done, if you just move forward right now and we lock it in, I'll give you 20% off. Sound fair? And some people will take that. Look, buying another expensive piece of equipment or pressure washer or tool or watching another YouTube video won't actually solve your problem. You don't need expensive tools or more information. You need help executing and implementing. You can either go make all the mistakes implementing everything I just talked about on your own and go through years of trial and error, or you can leverage our experience and the mistakes that we've already made for you. Why should you go through it if we've already gone through it? We'll handle the entire installation of all the marketing and tech side for your detailing company, and you just focus on detailing on cars. Since this is done for you, we can only take on a few new partners every single month. If you're serious about scaling and you want to get hundreds of new clients over the next few months and take our 5-day free trial, click the button below the first link in the description to see if you qualify for the trial. I'll see you on the other side. Next thing is you want to be implementing AI where you can. Again, this goes back to speed to lead. You want to respond to all your leads within minutes or seconds. You're 3 to 5 times more likely to land a sale if you do that. The difference between 1 minute and 10 minutes is 4 times. You're 4 times more likely to close a sale if you get back to them within 1 minute versus even just 10 minutes. So you may think you're fast, but you want to be lightning fast. You want people to be like, I wasn't even finished checking out your page yet. You've already contacted me. That's how fast you want to be. You can automate the texting through AI. We, for our clients at Rocket Detailer, we actually set up an AI chatbot that responds to their leads that come in via messages, and it does the conversation and gets their phone number for them within 60 seconds. And by doing that, when the detailer comes back to his phone and they just call them up versus losing the lead. Now, there are AI voice callers out there as well that can take your phone calls, but honestly, I haven't seen the technology be too good enough yet where it can handle cold traffic. If it's a super warm client, a repeat, a referral, or someone off Google, then sure, the AI can handle them. But if someone that has a lot of questions, they're not too familiar with detailing. Personally, I haven't seen any AI technology good enough yet where it can do the selling and explaining well enough without coming off robotic or sounding like AI. Now, the fourth thing is your traffic machine. This is what separates successful detailers from unsuccessful ones. I'm not trying to hope and pray I go viral or the Facebook groups promote my post out to all the members in the group. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just gonna buy traffic. That's running ads on Facebook and Instagram. I can get views for 1 to 3 cents a pop. And if I'm good at advertising, I can convert a portion of those into clients. Again, I'm not relying on organic or Facebook groups or someone randomly to refer my business. That's all random. I want predictable, controllable. I know I can buy views in my local area with Facebook and Instagram ads for 1 to 3 cents. And now it's just about building a system that converts that attention into actual paying customers. Amateurs see ads as gambling. Pros see ads as a vending machine where I can put $1 in and make $5 to $10 back. For example, one of my clients, Drew with Northwoods Mobile Detailing, we took him to $70,000 in a single month. We spent about $15,000 on ads, and that produced him over $100,000 in sales in just the course of the first 5 months of us working together. Chris with Mobile Glow Detailing in Raleigh, we spent about $50,000 on ads for him over the course of a little over a year, and that generated him over $500,000 in sales. None of these results would even be remotely possible in such a short time frame if it wasn't for the fact that we're buying attention and then converting it. We're not hoping and praying for attention, we're buying it from Facebook and Instagram directly. You want predictable inputs and outputs. Now, if you want Facebook and Instagram ads set up, it's not as easy as people make it seem. Every market's different. You have to know how to tweak stuff, test stuff. You either go spend the next few years figuring out and mastering marketing and sales on your own, or you get people on your team who've already gone through the years for you. This is your lead generation, and this is how you can bring in qualified people every single day. Now, the fifth thing is you want to be reactivating your old clients. So many detailers don't do this, and you're leaving thousands of dollars on the table. You need to be keeping in touch with your clients. You need to have a system in place to get clients to spend more money with you. Part of this is upsells, downsells, cross-sells. The other part of it is just getting the same clients to purchase more services from you at different dates throughout the future. A few ways to do this are send email and SMS blast out with promotions to your list regularly. Send value as well. After you do their initial detail, ask them if they want to keep their car looking like this and tell them you offer 10 to 20% off if they book in their next detail before you check out right now. Call your clients, build relations with them. Call them 2 months after their first detail manually and say, hey, I just wanted to see how your car's doing now. It's been 2 months since you had a detail. Would you like to go ahead and get the next one done? We're running XYZ promotion or offer. If I can get 5 to 10 clients a month from my old client list for $200 each, that's $1,000 to $2,000 a month. And that funds my marketing spend for the whole month to get more new clients. So to quick recap, you want to make sure your Google business profile is dialed in with lots of 5-star reviews and be replying to those reviews with keywords. You want to make sure you have your sales process dialed in, your speed to lead time is dialed in. Use AI for basic texting back and forth. You want to make sure you're running Facebook and Instagram ads with people who know what they're doing and understand marketing at a high level. And you want to make sure you're constantly keeping in communication with your previous clients so you can maximize the amount of money they spend with you. Now, you could spend the next 3 months trying to implement all these different things yourself, setting up automations, figuring out all the tech, learning all the little few details you need to take this to 100%. Or you can have my team install our $1 million client acquisition system into your mobile detailing company. It's the same system we've used to scale 250 mobile detailers past 10,000 a month, a couple dozen past 50,000 a month. And it's the same system we've used to generate over $30 million for other car detailers over the last few years. We handle everything. the automations, the ads. All you have to do is just show up and do the job. Click the first link in the description to see if you qualify for our 5-day trial of the system and program.